Have you ever wondered why some people seem to accomplish incredible things while others struggle to finish even basic tasks? The secret isn't intelligence or talent. It's something far more powerful and increasingly rare in our hyperconnected world. I'm talking about deep work, and by the end of this video, you'll have a complete system to transform how you approach focus and productivity. Right now, the average knowledge worker checks email every 6 minutes. We're drowning in notifications, meetings, and shallow tasks that make us feel busy but leave us frustrated and unproductive. Meanwhile, a small group of high achievers has discovered the antidote to this chaos. They've learned to protect and cultivate periods of intense, uninterrupted focus that allow them to produce extraordinary results. Deep work isn't just about getting more done. It's about doing work that matters, work that creates real value, work that pushes boundaries and solves complex problems. When you master deep work, you don't just become more productive. You become irreplaceable in an economy that increasingly values those who can think clearly and create meaningful solutions. The concept of deep work stands in stark contrast to what most of us do every day. Shallow work consists of those logistical tasks performed while distracted, often with little cognitive demand. Think answering emails, attending status meetings, scrolling through social media, or jumping between different projects without making real progress on any of them. These activities feel productive in the moment, but they rarely create lasting value. Deep work, on the other hand, represents professional activities performed in a state of distraction-free concentration that push your cognitive capabilities to their limit. These efforts create new value, improve your skill set, and are genuinely difficult to replicate. This is where breakthroughs happen, where innovation emerges, and where careers are built. The problem is that our modern work environment seems designed to prevent deep work. Open offices create constant interruptions. Instant messaging demands immediate responses. Social media fragments our attention span. We've created a culture that celebrates being busy rather than being effective, and this cultural shift is destroying our ability to focus on what truly matters. But here's the encouraging truth. Deep work is like a mental muscle. The more you exercise it, the stronger it becomes. Even if you feel completely scattered right now, you can rebuild your capacity for sustained concentration. The key is having a systematic approach rather than relying on willpower alone. Let's start with the foundation of any deep work practice, creating the right environment. Your workspace should be completely free from distractions. This means turning off notifications, closing unnecessary browser tabs, and putting your phone in another room. But environment isn't just about eliminating distractions. It's also about signaling to your brain that serious work is about to happen. Some people find they focus best in complete silence, while others prefer instrumental music or white noise. The key is consistency. Use the same audio environment every time you do deep work, and your brain will learn to associate those sounds with focused concentration. Similarly, having a specific location dedicated to deep work can create powerful psychological triggers that help you slip into focus states more quickly. Time blocking is perhaps the most crucial skill for protecting deep work. Instead of leaving your schedule open to whatever demands arise, you need to proactively guard specific blocks of time for your most important work. Start small with just 1 or 2 hours per day, but make these blocks sacred. Treat them like important meetings that cannot be moved or canceled. During your deep work blocks, you should have a clear objective for what you want to accomplish. Vague goals like work on the project lead to distracted, unfocused sessions. Instead, define specific outcomes like complete the first draft of Chapter 3, or finish the data analysis for the quarterly report. This clarity helps maintain momentum and gives you a sense of accomplishment when the session ends. The transition into deep work requires a ritual that prepares your mind for intense focus. This might involve reviewing your objectives for the session, organizing your workspace, or doing a brief meditation. The specific activities matter less than the consistency. Your brain learns to recognize these cues as signals that it's time to shift into a different mode of thinking. One of the biggest obstacles to deep work is the constant urge to check email, social media, or news websites. These urges feel urgent, but they're actually just habits that have been reinforced by intermittent rewards. Breaking these patterns requires deliberate practice. Consider keeping a notepad nearby where you can jot down any thoughts or ideas that pop up during your deep work session. This external capture system allows you to acknowledge the thought without breaking your concentration. The depth of your work also depends on your energy levels throughout the day. Most people have natural peaks and valleys in their cognitive capacity. Pay attention to when you feel most alert and mentally sharp, then schedule your deep work during these peak hours. For many people, this is in the morning before the demands of the day accumulate, but everyone's rhythm is different. Recovery is just as important as the focused work itself. Your brain needs time to consolidate what you've learned and to recharge for the next session of intense concentration. This means taking real breaks, not just switching to different types of stimulation like social media. Go for a walk, have a genuine conversation with someone, or simply sit quietly without any input. As you develop your deep work practice, you'll notice that your tolerance for distraction begins to decrease. Activities that used to seem normal, like constantly switching between tasks or having multiple conversations simultaneously, will start to feel chaotic and unproductive. This isn't a limitation. It's a sign that your brain is adapting to operate at a higher level of focus and clarity. The benefits of deep work extend far beyond just getting more done. When you regularly engage in cognitively demanding activities, you strengthen the neural pathways associated with focus, problem solving, and creative thinking. You become better at learning new skills, making connections between seemingly unrelated ideas, and producing work that stands out in a crowded marketplace. In a world where attention is constantly fragmented, the ability to concentrate deeply becomes a genuine competitive advantage. While others are responding to the latest notification or jumping to the newest urgent task, you're making steady progress on work that creates real value. This isn't just about productivity. It's about building a career and a life that reflects your highest capabilities rather than just your ability to stay busy. Starting tomorrow, commit to protecting just 1 hour for deep work. Turn off your notifications, find a quiet space, and focus on your most important project. Notice how different this feels from your typical scattered workday. With consistent practice, you'll reclaim your ability to focus and unlock levels of productivity and satisfaction you may have forgotten were possible.